Hello and welcome to the United Community Channel. My name is Jack and this is your first match preview of the season. Manchester United versus Manchester City in the Community Shield. And naturally, this is going to be a very, very big game. We've got plenty to talk about, guys, in the upcoming match preview. We're going to talk about whether it's just a pre-season game or the fact that there actually is a trophy at stake. We're also going to talk about injuries for Manchester United. We don't want any more of them. We're going to give you our predicted 11 and we're also going to do a score prediction while also talking a little bit about the opposition as well. Smash a like on the video, hit subscribe if you're new. Let's get right into it. So we start with the game itself, guys, and the fact that Manchester United are playing Manchester City always means it's going to be a big game regardless of the type of game it is, the type of fixture it is, what competition it's in. Now, look, the Community Shield, it doesn't hold an awful lot of gravitas, really, does it? And a lot of people will be saying that this is, just another pre-season game towards getting ready for the start of the season, which, of course, is the Premier League next Friday night. However, when you're playing Manchester City, you do not take anything for granted and you do want to win. Of course, it's going to be in Wembley. It's going to be a sellout like it always is. And, from a Manchester United standpoint, we obviously got the last win in Wembley against Manchester City in the FA Cup final. There's two plays at stake here. Manchester City, first of all, are going to want to get revenge on that. And Man United are going to want to keep that run going in terms of beating Man City at Wembley. Look, first and foremost, it is a pre-season game. It's all about getting your fitness levels up. It's all about getting ready for the start of the season. Getting back to speed. And for new players, it's about being integrated into the match squad. Now, look, we're going to talk about our new players in a moment. But, you can talk about even the likes of Mason Mount, for example, who missed an awful lot of last season. Looking to get back into the squad, make a name for himself. There's talks of some young guys there as well, that played an awful lot in pre-season. Harry Amas, Toby Collier, all these types of players. Are they going to get a chance to play at Wembley for United? We do have to consider the fact that it is considered a major trophy as well. And you want to go out and win a trophy regardless, especially if it's against Manchester City. So, look, I think United are going to be taking it seriously. We're going to get into our predicted 11 in a few minutes, but I think we will and should go as strong as we possibly can because you want to beat Man City. You want to be lifting that trophy up the steps of Wembley while the opposition are down on the pitch watching you do so. So I do think we'll take it seriously. Do you think we should? Let me know in the comment section below. Should we be putting out as strong a team as possible, or should we be using it as another pre-season game to get minutes into the legs of certain players? Now, next up, we're going to talk about injuries. This is a word that has been used an awful lot when we're talking about Manchester United in the past 12 months. We had 60 separate injuries last season and they don't seem to have slowed down when it comes to pre-season and coming in to this game. Now, we have heard reports over the last few days suggesting that Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof are both doubts for the game on the weekend. We already know that Lenny Yoro is going to be out for a minimum of 3 months, which is devastating news, given the fact that he's only 18 and he just signed for the club. And it leaves us with two senior centre-backs available. One is Lisandro Martinez, who's only back in pre-season training this week, so I doubt he'll actually be ready to play. And the other one is Johnny Evans. Now, Johnny Evans is after getting an extension on his 1-year deal, and should he be playing these types of games? Ideally not. But when you're talking about injuries, we might not have any choice but to actually play him. We also talk about the injury situation to Rasmus Højlund and what that means and the knock-on effect that has towards the playing squad. Who would have thought that we would be going into this season with potentially Jadon Sancho starting as a false nine for us? He's after playing there a couple of times over pre-season, and there's a strong possibility that he will be getting game time on the weekend, given the fact that Rasmus Højlund has got injured, and again Joshua Zirkzee has only been in pre-season for about a week. So is he going to be ready? Now, these are all questions for Ten Hag to ponder and decide on. The last thing you want to do is bring a player into a high-speed game too quick when he hasn't got a proper pre-season under his belt, and all of a sudden then we're getting more injuries. What's most important out of this game is that we do not get any more injuries. We just can't afford to get any more injuries to any position on the pitch. If you look at centre back, for example, we're decimated with injuries. We really need to go out and sign a second centre back since Yarrow is injured. Left back, we can't afford an injury. Right back, we're probably okay. Central midfield, you're talking about what happens if Casemiro gets injured, if Mason Mount gets injured, if Christian Eriksen gets injured, with players just coming back to pre-season this week. And the forward line is paper thin as well. You're talking about Rashford, you're talking about Sancho, Ahmad, Anthony got a knock in pre-season as well. So fine margins. We can't afford any more injuries. Get through the game. Hopefully we get the win, and we'll have hopefully as clean a bill of health going from this game to the Fulham game next Friday night. Now let's talk about Manchester City. Now look, again, with all top teams, you are going to have a lot of players away on international duty over the summer when you've got your major tournaments. However, they do have an awful lot of players that didn't feature in, the summer tournaments. You're talking here about Ederson obviously in goal, Gvardiol at the back, Kovacic in the middle of the park, Jack Grealish is available and played a lot in pre-season, and of course Erling Haaland as well, hasn't gone on international duty over the summer, so he's going to be fresh, raring to go. Man City pose a massive threat all the time. We know the qualities that they have, and Erik ten Hag obviously got the better of them in the FA Cup final at the end of last season, but we know how Guardiola works. He's constantly rotating, he's constantly evolving his team with new ideas and new tactics. And Erik ten Hag is going to have a plan of his own if he wants to win this game. If we're looking at the strength of Man City's team available to them in comparison to maybe the strength of the United team available, absolutely they've got the better side. But I do think, like any game against Manchester City, I think if we set up in the right way and we execute, a proper game plan, absolutely we do have a chance. But there is danger in that City team. Obviously that Erling Haaland up front, and of course Jack Grealish as well off the left-hand side, who, look, didn't play a lot of football last season. I'm surprised he hasn't been moved on yet out of Man City. I thought he would go this summer. But big season for him as well, so he's going to want to prove his point. City are a dangerous outfit, and it's an outfit that Manchester United really need to be on their game to not get run away with. But look, like I said, I think if we set up right, if we have a game plan and we stick to it, absolutely we've got a chance. Now let's talk about the predicted 11 for Manchester United. We'll put it up on the screen. I've gone with this starting 11 for Manchester United, and of course let me know your opinions in the comment section below, and give me your starting 11, your predicted 11 as well. I'm going with obviously Andre Onana in goal. He's available. He's played pretty much all of pre-season. He will start. When it comes to right back, it's more than likely going to be Wan-Bissaka, even though we're trying to get him out of the club. Delors is only back in pre-season this week, so it will be Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I would guess. In terms of the left-back situation, we know Luke Shaw has been on international duty in the summer. He gets an extended break as well, so he's only back this week. So for that reason, I do think it will be Harry Amas at left-back. I think he was by far the most impressive player coming through throughout pre-season. I think he looks very composed, he looks quite calm on the ball, and he looks very attacking, so I'm going to go with him. Centre-backs then, this seriously concerns me. Obviously, Johnny Evans, will play, I would presume, given the fact that we're talking about injuries here. Maguire I'm going to put in there. Again, I don't know the availability of him. We did hear reports only yesterday that it's going to be, or that Maguire and Lindelof are doubts for the game. If it's not Maguire, I don't know. Or if it's not Lindelof, I'm not sure. Again, I don't want to risk Lisandro Martinez. He's got a couple of injuries last season. He's had, a long summer break. He went and won a long tournament to play in the summer. He won the Copa America, so he needs to be brought back in slowly and get his fitness levels up before you put him back in. Midfield then, I've gone with Casemiro, Collier and Mason Mount. Now again, Casemiro and Collier have played together a good bit throughout pre-season, and I've been impressed with Collier, I have to say. I do think he's going to be a good player coming through. Erik ten Hag highly rates him, so I think this is a big opportunity for him to play against Man City. Casemiro needs minutes in the legs, doesn't he, more than anything else, and he's one of them players that will probably get his fitness through game time rather than actually, training. And Mason Mount has looked very sharp in pre-season, I have to say. this is a big season for him as well, and he's going to want to hit the ground running and prove the doubters wrong. On the forward line then, guys, I've gone with Rashford on the left, Ahmad on the right, and Jadon Sancho as a kind of a false nine in the middle. Again, we've spoke about this false nine already. It's probably what Xerxes is going to be doing, that kind of link-up play, and, you know, Jadon Sancho has done it a few times for Manchester United already. I don't really see any other options there. Ahmad has looked really sharp in pre-season on the right-hand side, got a couple of goals, and likewise Rashford over on the left has looked quite sharp as well throughout pre-season, so I think that forward line probably picks itself. Let me know what you guys think though. Do you think there should be changes here? Do you think there will be changes here? Obviously, it's a predicted 11, so, you know, we don't always get it right. In fact, we rarely get it right. But let me know your predicted 11 in the comment section below, guys. Now, score prediction. Look, first game of the season, officially the first game of the season. Again, probably weak in sides for both teams. Definitely weak in sides for both teams. I think it's going to be a close game. I do think it's going to be a close game. Look, a lot of people talking about United losing 3-0 to Liverpool in their last pre-season game. I think this is going to be a bit closer. I really do. My prediction for a scoreline, I think it's going to be a score draw. So I'm going to go 1-1, and I think Man United will win on penalties. I just have a feeling about these charity shield games, these community shield games. They tend to go, a lot of the time, all the way. So, yeah, I'm going to go Man United to win on penalties. Guys, let me know your score predictions in the comment section below as well, what way you think the game is going to go. We will be live for the game on Saturday, so make sure you are tuning in. Do hit the like and subscribe buttons. Turn on notifications as well. Once we're live, you'll get notified straight away. But thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Bring on the new season. The first match preview is in the bag. Hope to see you all for the game on YouTube on Saturday. And until then, have a good one.